Okay, welcome back, YouTube. We're here on episode 40 something. I don't remember which episode, though. Here we are. Okay, we're a couple days from Thunder. Let's go to it. Okay, we're here on Tuesday, week 3. Time for Thunder. Okay, Toni Storm starts TNA Thunder off with talking about her title for 64. Dolph Ziggler versus Alex Shelley for 48. Dolph Ziggler defeated Alex Shelley with a zigzag. Batista and Ace Austin are doing a promo, kind of like it's a boasting promo about how Ace Austin is a dominant champion. Kerry Bristow defeated Danny Jackson with a Vulture Culture Destroyer for 47. It's not a bad match. AJ Styles vs. Austin Theory. Austin Theory defeated AJ Styles with an A-Town down for a 59. And we see the world's most wanted versus Von Erichs. Marshall Von Erich pinned Aaron Stevens with the Iron Claw for 62. Okay, Christian Cage starts to show off with saying that he wants to challenge Ace Austin tonight. We then have the Rascals versus FTR. FTR defeated the Rascals, and the tag storyline has grown with this segment. Tommaso Ciampa holds an angle talking about getting his tag team titles back for 73. AJ Styles vs. Jeff Jarrett. AJ Styles defeated Jeff Jarrett with a phenomenal forearm for 59. Ace Austin defeated Christian Cage with an Aces High for 77. Okay. Cash Wheeler vs. Christian Cage welcomes the crowd to Impact. Adam Page and Cash Wheeler. Adam Page comes out and congratulates Cash Wheeler on his win. Christian Cage calls out both of them. And then we see Bryan Danielson versus Adam Page. And Bryan Danielson wins the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television title. As it got a 73, as not bad. Toni Storm vs. Alice Crowley vs. Daria Brunetto for 57. Toni Storm pinned Alice Crowley with a strong 0. Toni Storm carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. She then gets on the mic and talks about how the women's division has ran out of challengers. Finn Balor makes defense number 5 of the TNA Grand Title for a 66. And then we see DIY versus Beer Money for 67. Johnny Gargano submitted Bobby Roode with a Gargano escape. Chris Jericho holds an angle saying that he's the greatest wrestler of all time. And The Rock's music hits. The Rock says, "Well, you forgot about me." Ace Austin talks about how nobody will touch his championship reign. For a 93, that's not bad. Now his match versus Eric Redbeard gets a 72. Ace Austin defeated Eric Redbeard with a sharpshooter. Ace Austin shown in this match. The show increased our popularity in 8 regions. Okay, we got Impact tonight. Okay, we have a homegrown star here. His name is Richard Holiday. Let's see if we have any others. Let's see. TJ Crawford. Okay. Let's check our other roster. Oh, okay. He's brought some prestige to himself, huh? Let's bring him back up. Great quality. Okay. Not bad. We're gonna do this show now. Okay, we welcome the show to Impact with Bryan Danielson versus Jeff Hardy. And Bryan Danielson defeated Jeff Hardy for 65. It wasn't a bad match. Afterwards, they hold an angle in which Bryan Danielson and Jeff Hardy actually shake hands. Sheamus versus AJ Styles. Sheamus wins the match for 58. He won it with a Celtic Cross. The Rock and Chris Jericho hold a promo in which Chris Jericho tells The Rock that that he himself is the greatest and that The Rock isn't nothing compared to Chris Jericho. And then we see Kerry Bristow versus Danny Jackson. Danny Jackson defeated Kerry Bristow and wins the IWGP Women's title for a 50. Cash Wheeler and Christian Cage holds an angle for a 71. Beer Money defeated Team Tap Out with a 51. Wasn't bad at all. Camille and Tony Storm does a contract signing for a 75. They agree. And as Camille gets up, Tony Storm attacks her with the title, leaving her in a bloody mess. And then it's Chris Jericho versus the Black Taurus, and Chris Jericho looked to dominate most of the first half of the match until he turned around he was running towards the ropes for his moonsault, his lion sault, and The Rock hit him with the rock bottom for a 54. And Goliath Black Taurus defeated Chris Jericho. Ace Austin versus Dustin Rhodes for an 80, and it was in a submission match. I believe that might have just been our best match ever. 70 overall rated show. Okay, we start the show off with Danny Jackson versus Shayna Baszler for a 42. Shayna Baszler defeated Danny Jackson with a Kimura. Cash Wheeler holds an angle for a 68, and it's a merchandising angle. Tony Storm attacks Camille with a ladder, and the segment did bad, it says. Alex Shelley versus Chris Sabin for 58. Alex Shelley defeated Chris Sabin with the WA4. And then Chris Jericho saying that he's the GOAT for an 87. Saraya versus Tony Storm. Tony Storm defeated Saraya and makes defense number 3 of the TNA World's title. The Rock holds an angle where he says that he will shut Chris Jericho up tonight. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. Finn Balor makes defense number 6 of the TNA Grand title for a 67. DIY versus FTR versus the Von Erichs. The Von Erichs makes defense number 2 of the TNA World Tag Team titles for a 69. That's not bad. Chris Jericho versus The Rock gets a 63, and The Rock defeated Chris Jericho with a rock bottom. Oof. Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle. Roderick Strong defeated Matt Riddle, in which we see Rhino attack Roderick Strong for a 34. And then Ace Austin versus Sheamus for a 78. Ace Austin makes defense number 9 of his TNA World title. Okay, we're going to stop it here tonight, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, your family, and don't forget to share with your dog.